All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. Tonight is a Whaler Wednesday. That's right, Whaler Wednesday. If you were with us last night, we got to see some action with the Montreal Expos. Kind of a sad one, but we got to see some action with our Montreal Expos last night. But tonight is hockey night, okay? And we are following our Hartford Whalers on their quest, their trek, their journey towards a Stanley Cup championship, a team that after just a few live episodes here in season number 3 is 22, 23, and 5. So hopefully, just hopefully, we can get something going in tonight's episode. As we roll through the evening tonight, we do have our live scores streaming, or I'm sorry, rolling across our screen over on the right side. You can see the NHL on the top. We've got the NBA right there in the center. And then, of course, if you're interested in Georgia State and Troy or any other college basketball game, you'll find that right down below the NBA scores. And our game of the night, the game I'll be following, is the Dallas Stars, who are currently tied with the St. Louis Blues 1-1. That one should be an exciting one as we make our way. That's being played in Dallas, a place I like actually going to a game. Beautiful, beautiful stadium there. And the crowd is just like unreal. The people there are unreal for watching hockey. So that should be a good game. We'll be following that as we make our way through. You probably heard that in the background. That was my phone letting me know that I actually scored a goal in fantasy hockey. So it looks like the Fanatic's going to have a pretty good night. We're going to have a pretty good night. So hopefully that translates and rolls right into our actual Hartford Whalers hockey team right here on the game. Okay, so here we are, main screen, taking a look at what we have coming up in the episode. And last week was a tough one. I mean, it was a good one, but a bad one, right? We really kind of struggled last week. You can see on the calendar here in those 10 games if it comes up. There it is. All right, finally came up there. But if we pop up here, let's see, where did we leave off last week? We left off with a 3-2 win actually against Calgary. Wasn't the greatest. We got 13 points, so I don't know how we actually did that last week. Was that right? I don't think that was right. Let's see. We had. Okay, so we did. Yeah, we had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and we had an overtime loss. So we did it. We had 13 points last week. So why am I shitting on the team? Why am I doing that here? We definitely played halfway decent. I forget. Maybe I should actually watch it after I record it. That would look kind of funny, though, sitting there watching my own video, don't you think? But I probably should for some reference points. But anyway, so tonight we have got some matchups in this episode. So we ended off last week. We had a win against Calgary. That was the last game of the episode. Now, here we are in tonight's episode, and this is what we're going to see. We're going to have Calgary, Minnesota, St. Louis, New Jersey, Toronto, Carolina, Florida. That's a tough game. That's going to be a tough game. We know what Florida can do to us. Toronto, Colorado, and then we'll close it out with the Carolina Hurricanes. So it's going to be another rough episode. A lot of good teams in there. Carolina's 29, 18, and 3. Colorado's 36, 13, and 1. Toronto's 32, 16, and 4. 32 again. Well, we play them again. So we got to play Carolina twice in this episode. We got to play Toronto twice. So this is going to be a tough one to get some points. I think St. Louis could be an opportunity for us. The Devils are good too. And then Minnesota. So I think our best chance of getting some points in this episode is definitely gonna be the St. Louis Blues. So team, you better come out ready. We got to beat Calgary. We got to beat St. Louis, and who knows? Maybe we can get a couple of upsets in there as well. That would be good. Upsets would be a good thing for this team, right? We need some upsets. So um, definitely. I can only say definitely so many. You can only say definitely so many times, dude. Right? Definitely need some upsets tonight. So, um, yeah, once again, we do have scores rolling right side. We've got the main game of the night, kind of hidden by the Whaler green, but that's the Dallas Stars taking on the St. Louis Blues. And of course, we're going to get to see a lot of quality hockey from our team as well. We'll roll through those games one more time, real quick, just to see who we are taking on. Keep in mind, 8 of the 10 teams we play in tonight's episode have a winning record. We take on Calgary in game number 1. And then it's Minnesota, St. Louis, New Jersey, Toronto, Carolina, Florida, Toronto, Colorado, and the Carolina Hurricanes. So a tough stretch of 10 games coming up for this team. And we'll see if we can get some points. My points goal is going to be, we're going to go a little bit lower. We're kicking that down just a little bit. The last couple weeks, I was looking for 12. I'm looking for 9. So we can get 9 points in tonight's episode. If we can get 9 points in tonight's episode, that will be huge for this team. 9 points would be absolutely huge for this squad in tonight's episode. Sorry. Okay, so now it's time to talk goals. Now, I mentioned we're going to go for 9 points. That's our goal for this evening, is to get 9 points. But the other things we really have to see, okay? At the end of the last episode, we were really talking a lot about goaltending, possibly moving away from one goalie and into another goalie. Of course, Simo's been struggling in net. DJ came in. He's been spotty. He's been good. He's been bad. So it's gonna be a stretch in this episode to see who does what. We don't have any back-to-backs coming up in this particular series of games we're gonna play. So we do. We have one back-to-back. So I think we'll get to see DJ take on St. Louis. We'll put Simo in net against New Jersey. But I think we're gonna have to stick to the method we were using last episode. That's going to be all about trends, right? Who's stopping the puck, who's playing well. The other thing we got to look at is our defense. Obviously, our defense is not the best. We are not playing well so far, or as of late, I should say. I shouldn't say so far because we were okay in certain games, but we have not been good the last couple of games. Last couple games that we've played. It's been struggle city. We're giving up a lot of goals. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current stats as a team, right? We want to look at the team stats, not just the individual stats. I mean, those are great. It's great to see individual stats, but let's go ahead and take a look at our actual team stats so far, because this is kind of pretty close to the midway point of the season. I think it's just a little bit past it, actually. We're at 50 games played. So let's go ahead and jump over here. We're going to take a look at our team stats. We want to see the whole league, right? Let's just see the entire league, see where we match up. Now, what I don't like is on the left side, it won't switch. It won't show me where we are in everything. It just kind of shows us where we are place-wise. So place, we are... so we're currently 21st place in the NHL. That was something we did not do the first 2 seasons. We actually played pretty good. I think we ended up in the top. Yeah, we ended up in the top 7 or 8 the first season, and then we ended up probably 15 or so in season number 2. So, but here's what we're looking at here. So our point percentage, not that important. Goals for. So if we put that in order, we are we're fifth from the bottom in goals for per game. And sorry, in goals for. All right, goals for per game, we're sixth. So I mean, it's struggle city for this team. We are not scoring the puck, and we are not defending. Now goals against. Okay, now this is kind of an off number, I think, because of the time that we play the games. We play them a little bit faster, but we've given up 156 goals, and we're giving up 3.12 a game, which is about probably right around the midpoint of the league. So defensively, not terrible, but not great either, right? And it's not great either. So we want to make sure that we are stopping the puck. I think the only way to do that is to address some of these, some of the problems with the defense. And that could mean just moving guys around as we make our way through the episode. I want to put all of the blame on the puck stoppers, right? The netminders, but I don't think you can do that. I don't think we can sit here and say, Simo this, DJ that. I really don't think we can do that. I think we have to stick, really kind of look into it a little bit further, kind of drill down as to what the issues are. We did walk away from Kirkish last year, so he was one of our best players. He was actually one of our better scoring defensemen on the team. We kind of separated from him at the end of last season, and that's kind of been our downfall so far. We don't have that scoring defenseman. Ibarra does pretty good, but really just not putting it together. Definitely not putting it together. So offensively, not too bad. I think we're going to mix up the lines a little bit, see if that changes things up for us. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now before we head into game time. We're going to go ahead and edit our lines tonight. We're mixing the shit up. We're just going to mix shit up, right? I think that's the best thing for us to do. Let's take a look at the plus minuses for some of these lines. P-check is a 0. Kelly's a 4. Capo Caco is a -2. We look here on the second line, and we've got, look at Jimmy, a -16, 4, -6. So we're not getting the production that we got out of Burns and Jimmy in the past, but we know that they can play other positions, right? So I think what we're going to do for tonight is we're looking for some scoring. We're going to look for some scoring. We need to get some goals. We need to put some pucks on net and get some goals. So this is what we're going to do. All right, we got a 5-game stretch coming up. So we're going to do the first 3 games. All right, we're taking on Calgary. We've got St. Louis, and then we're playing. I'm sorry, we got Calgary, then Minnesota, then we're taking on St. Louis. So we're going to go Calgary, Minnesota, St. Louis with these lines, what we put together here. And if you're out there watching, feel free to remind me after the St. Louis game that I have to make that change because we don't want to leave it that way. But what we're going to do is we are going to have Jimmy Lamoureux take over the top line. So he's going to be our top line center. Mike Kelly's going to bounce over here. He'll be our second line center. We're going to put B-Walk up on the top line. I'm sorry, we'll put P-Check here. Right? So we're going to put P-Check right here. So P-Check is it doesn't tell me if he's a sniper or what he does. Let's see. Okay, so he's a power forward. I like that. Jimmy is a sniper. And Kako is a power forward. So let's see if we can find... All right, there we go. We'll go with Connor. I like that. So we got the two-way forward. We've got our center. And I'm sorry, we have our sniper. And we have our power forward. Now let's see what Braden does. Braden is a playmaker. So we're going to put him here. Kelly is a playmaker as well. Capo, we know, is a power forward. So let's see, Pavel Buchnevich. He's a two-way forward, so we're going to bump him right there. So we're going to go Walker, Buchnevich, Kako. Maybe we'll go Kelly, Buchnevich, Kako. Okay. We'll put B-Walk down here on line number 3. Killer is a grinder, so he's gonna go to the 4th line. Gregory is an enforcer, so he's gonna go 4th line, right side. Blake Sant, he's a power forward. Jacob is a sniper, so maybe it goes this way. So we'll go Buchnevich, Kelly, and then the professor. I like these lines, how we're mixing this up a little bit. I think we may flip as we go, is maybe Jimmy and Kelly kind of switching it up before each game. But this is what we're going to look at for the first 3 games of the episode here. Okay, so we're going to go Pichek, Jimmy, Burns, top line for this next game. Then we'll go Booch, Kelly, the professor, Blake Sant, B-Walk, Capo Caco, and that bottom line, that 4th line, that energy line, whatever it is you want to call it, they're going to go Killer, Rempe, and Swifty. I think that's going to be pretty good. You got Killer, who's a grinder. You got Swifty, who's an enforcer. And, of course, you got Matt Rempe, and you know what he can do. Guy can put the puck in the net, but he can also throw down a little bit, which is something that this team is definitely going to need here. Next up is defense. What are we going to do defensively? What are we going to do defensively with this club? Because they've been struggling defensively. We've got a 2-way defender in Michael Fagan, and we have a offensive defenseman in Sergio. So Sergio's going to stay up on that top line. Mr. Feeney is a defensive defenseman. So we're going to put them together again. We're going to match it. We're going to pair those guys up. I think that Mr. Delgado is going to come out. We're going to go with Cal Odelius. See if he can give us a little something. He's a 2-way defender. Mr. Fagan is a defensive defenseman. Mr. Paul is an enforcer. So he's going to go down here with Cal Odelius. So we'll go with the Fagan brothers on line 2. Cal and Darren Paul down here on line number 3. Not gonna mess with that too much more. So here's how it looks: Feeney, Ibarra, Fagan, Odelius, and Darren Paul. Let's take a look at our goalies. Of course, we're going to go. Simo is going to start the episode. She will be in net for the Calgary game, the Minnesota game. Then DJ will go into in between the pipes for our St. Louis game. They have a little bit lower record, plus it's going to give her some time to rest as we get ready to make our way into the New Jersey Devils game. Okay, so sorry, one last thing we did need to look at is going to be our power play, right? So our power play looks like this right now. Our power play first line is Rempe, Pichek, Burns, Ibarra, and Lamoureux. So not really quite sure why it is that way. You know, let's see if Kelly's down here on the second line. No, Kelly's playing. He's going to play in the back. So okay, so we got B-Walk up by the net. Kako, Sant. So I'm assuming Kelly's probably he's probably leading the way. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Rempe is our distributor on this. Yeah, I don't know about that. I like Ibarra as the finisher. I like Rempe as the puck. No, I don't like that. I think we go with Kelly. I'm going to put Kelly on that line. So Kelly's going to go on that line. All right, so Kelly's going to be our distributor. He'll be our puck carrier as well. So Kelly will lead the power play. We know Sergio's going to be our guy taking the shot. And yeah, that's perfect. That's what I want to see. All right. And then power play line number 2, we'll put B-Walk. So we got to take Kelly out of here, right? We got to take Kelly out. Yeah, so Kelly's going to come out here. He's not going to be there. You know who we're going to put there? Yeah, we're going to put Mr. Feeney. Oh, Mr. Feeney's already out there. No, there he is. So Feeney's going to go out there. He'll be on the second power play. And here's what we're going to do with that. So, yeah, it says we're -1 now, but that's okay. So our distributor of the puck, our puck distributor is going to be B-Walk, right? Our finisher is going to be, we're going defense. We're going to go with Feeney. He's going to be taking that slapper from the blue line. The puck carrier is going to be B-Walk. And, yeah, so that is where we are. That's where we are. That's our power play line. So let's look at them one more time. So it'll be Kelly, Pichek, Burns, Lamoureux, and Sergio on our first power play. Second power play will be Biwak, Capocacco, Sant, Feeney, and Fagan. So hopefully we can get a little bit of offense out of the power play. That's the idea, right? Get a little bit of offense going for our power play. Okay, so I think we are pretty much ready to go. All right, we are going to be heading into this game with the Calgary Flames. And let's go ahead and take a look, see what we have on the board, and how we're going to have to play these guys. All righty, so here we are. Okay, game number 1. We are taking on the Calgary Flames. They are 20, 31, and 0. Wow, I rarely see a 0 in there, right? Rarely see a 0. We got to change this up too because we're looking for 9 points in this episode, so we're going to go for 9 points tonight, right? All right, so cool. So 20, 31, and 0. They're 3, 7, and 0 in their last 10 games. They're going to have Dustin Wolf between the pipes. 45 games played, 18 wins, a .912 save percentage, and a 3.17 goals against average. We say nothing when we talk about goalies and their goals against average, right? That is the rule around here. We do not touch that with a 10-foot pole. Between the pipes for the Hartford Whalers in this one, you're going to have Simo, 34 games played, 13 wins, a .898 save percentage, and a 3.20 goals against average. Now, she started to make some moves in a more positive direction in the last episode. Hopefully that continues in this one. We are 22, 23, and 5, and are starting to try to dig our way out of the cellar. If you take a look at the current standings over here on your right, you can see we are currently in 7th place. Mark that down. We're 7th place to start the episode. We have a total of 49 points. We are 11 points behind the Panthers and 12 points behind the Hurricanes. We meet the Hurricanes twice in this episode, and we also play the Panthers. So we're going to have some opportunities to steal some points away. But can the team come up big? Can they? Just notice at the bottom of the screen, the St. Louis Blues at intermission have a 2-1 lead on the Stars. So sorry to my Stars fans out there if you're watching that game right now. Okay. Getting back to our game, if we bump over here one more time, taking a look at the matchup, goals for per game, 2.72. We are 28th in the league at 3.12. We're 12th in goals against. We are currently 19th on the power play. We just made some adjustments to that, so hopefully that improves. We're 19th in the league. Penalty kill, defense. Power plays feast on our penalty kill. Okay, I didn't even touch that one. I did not even touch that. We have to address that, and we'll do that however we're going to do it. But currently, we're at 77.3% on the penalty kill, 33rd in the league. We were the 33rd team into the league, and we are the 33rd on the penalty kill. Team leaders, Mr. Kelly has 44 points. And, of course, Nick Schmaltz for the Calgary Flames with 37. So as we're making our way into tonight's game, I think we're going to talk tonight. We're actually going to talk some sports. So feel free to throw anything out there that you want. There's been a lot of interesting stuff going on. I know we don't have a whole boatload of hockey fans that watch, which is funny because it's a hockey show that I do. But Artemi Panarin was traded today from the Rangers to the Kings for a couple of draft picks and a prospect. So that's going to be interesting to see Artemi Panarin in a Kings jersey, and of course playing here in Southern California is going to be really cool too. I got a good buddy who's a Kings fan, so I'm pretty sure he's excited about that one. If there's anything else you want to throw up on the board, we got any sports news, anything like that. The Olympics are starting on Friday with opening ceremonies. We got the Super Bowl on Sunday, so it's going to be a busy weekend in sports. Plus, we got the Phoenix Waste Management Phoenix Open. So if there's golfers out there as well, throw up your thoughts about any one of the sporting events going on. Okay, so here we go. Let's roll into this one. All righty. We're gonna slow sim our first 5 games, and then we're gonna quick sim 4 games, and then if we play, we play. Or if we watch, we watch. But we're gonna do something with that last game against the Hurricanes. Once again, if you're just joining me, this is Whalers, A Journey to the Cup. We are live again. The team's 22, 23, and 5. It's been struggle city. We're trying to put something together in this episode. Our goal is going to be 9 points tonight. I didn't go crazy because our schedule is nuts. Feel free to double back, take a look at the video before as I was going through it, and you'll see that our schedule is going to be absolutely nuts. We're playing 8 teams that are over 500 and way over 500. Over on the right side, I've got scores that are going to be scrolling all night. And, of course, our game of the evening, main game, is going to be the St. Louis Blues against the Dallas Stars in Dallas. So let's just jump right into this thing. We'll take a look at tonight's game. We are at Scotiabank Saddle Dome to take on the Calgary Flames. And who's going to do it? Who's going to score the first goal? So we made a lot of changes to these lines. Okay, mostly on the offensive side. We changed up our forwards. We tried to kind of mix playmakers with shooters. I think the kind of the way it should be instead of doing it the way I had it, which was basically just taking our top guys and, scorers and just putting them on the same line. Gavin McKenna. What do I think of Gavin McKenna? I don't know. Let me take a look. Gavin. See, I have to talk to myself when I type. Remember that. What? Oh, no. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I don't think that's good. I hadn't even heard about that. That must have happened earlier today. And Capo Caco puts one in the net. Oh, I missed that. 19 seconds left in the period, and it's Capo Caco, the junior GM's favorite player here on the game, coming up big. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, no. Did I simmed the whole second? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, thank the Lord. Oh, I did. I simmed the whole damn period. Okay. So I didn't know you could do that. So Jimmy Lamoureux on the power play. Sergio on the power play. It's 3-0, and the team comes out hot. So we made some changes, and we're getting shit done in this episode to start, right? But don't get too excited now. Don't get too excited. That's right, Capo Caco with the goal. Well, not right there. I'm reading the comments, Mr. Feeney. Oh, right. He was supposed to be the first overall pick. Well, maybe I didn't really care too much because my team, they got the first overall pick last year, and we got like one of the hottest players in hockey. Farabee's going to score. And yes, okay, so we get a win. We got to win. We got to win to kick off the episode. And we are now. Oh, we're going to put. No, we got to put it up there right away, right? We got to put it up there right away. Got to. Let's go ahead and. Boom. 2 points for the Whalers. And beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. We now have 2 points in the episode. We had 13 in the last episode. I am begging the team for 9 in this episode. And look who scored. Did anyone realize who scored in this game? I mean, we kind of expect, Capo Caco, and we expect Sergio and, Pichek and Burns, but Jimmy finally got a goal. We put him on the top line, and the man responded. Top line, and he gets the third star. Okay, he gets a goal. They gave Wolf the 2 stars. He did stop 40 shots, but 3.0. He gave up 3 goals. How's it goals against 3.07? I still to this day don't understand how that works. And then Simo, goals against. She gave up 1 goal and 23 saves. I thought she had Oh no, that's right. She gave up a goal at the end. I was kind of caught up in looking up Gavin McKenna, that's a bummer. Okay. So 1 game down, 2 points for the team. How about that? And we are going to be taking on the Minnesota Wild in the next game. Now, Minnesota, let's see, what's this all about? Mikhail Diot. They're placing Diot on waivers. Would you like to claim him? Let's go ahead and take a look at his info. See what this guy's all about. He's an AHL top 2 defenseman. Role? No, we don't need another defenseman on this team. I think we got enough defensemen. So we're going to decline that. But thank you very much. I do appreciate you guys letting me know that. Okay, so here we are. Whalers have evened things up with that big win against the Calgary Flames. They're now 23-23-5. All right, in the last 10 games, we are 6-3-1. Are we on a heater? I don't know if I'd call it a heater, but we're starting to win some games. Minnesota is 30-21-2. In their last 10, they're 5-4-1. 5-4-1 in their last 10. Taking a look over here on the right side at our matchup. Okay, nowhere near even. Okay, with the exception of nowhere. Their penalty kills 88.2. Ours is 77.4. All right. Points. Rossi has 54. Kelly has 45. So Minnesota's a good team. I don't know if we played them earlier in the season and got a win, but we'll have to see what happens in this one. Okay. You can see right here between the pipes, we do have Simo. Now, if you missed the beginning of the episode, I clearly stated that we were going to have DJ between the pipes against St. Louis. So if you're looking at that schedule on the top, he's going to jump in. He'll be in net against St. Louis, then she'll go back against the Devils. We made some serious changes to the starting the starting lines tonight, and it paid off. We saw Jimmy score a goal. Okay, we saw Capo Caco score a goal. Basically, we kind of shifted some stuff around. All right, No Fear went to the top line. He's back up there with Sergio. You look at our second defensive line, we've got Fagan and Fagan, the Fagan brothers, and then we moved our enforcer and one of our big power defensemen down to that third line to just go out there and rattle some cages. So hopefully that's going to change things up as we make our way through tonight's episode. So here we are heading into game number 2. We won game number 1. We've got 2 points on the board. And the Fanatic is definitely pretty happy right now. So here we go. Let's roll right into this one. We're heading to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Wild. And let's go ahead and click that up to 4. Boom. And we are underway. All right. And it's Connor Burns putting one in. Then Goudreau puts one past Simo. But Bewalk answers right back. It's 2-1 Hartford. Connor Burns scores again. Is he going to get us a Hattie tonight in Minnesota? God, I hope he does. Because he's been so quiet on the season. Connor Burns has been so quiet on the season. All right. But I'd love to see a Hattie out of Connor Burns. That would be great. B-Walk, of course, he scored. So I'm telling you, flipping those lines around, and it's almost like it kicked some of these guys into gear. It kicked some of these guys into gear. If you watch the last couple episodes, everyone was kind of where they are. They started getting complacent. Everyone's just, doing whatever and just kind of skating around in circles. It's like a little league hockey game out there. Even though little league hockey players probably have a little bit more passion. But anyway, all right. So we're at the 12-minute mark of period number 2, and Kirill Kaprizov is going to put one past Simo. So it's a 3-2 game. You know what happens if we have a tie, right? If it's a tie, we have to watch hockey. And I mean, there's only one game I'd be watching tonight. I'm sorry, I couldn't read 2. I thought the 2 was a 3. Need my glasses, I guess. The St. Louis and Kaprizov scores again. That's St. Louis, Dallas, and Zuccarello score. So every time I look down, they score. Feeney, no fear, putting one in the net, and oh baby, he tied it right back up. He says, "Thank you for putting me back on the top line, baby. Thank you for putting me back up on the top line." Pichek is going to put one in the net, so it's 5-4, and the whole team's starting to play better. The whole team is starting to play better. Simo's still struggling in the net a little bit, but you know what? We can deal with that. Zuccarello is going to put one in between the pipes, so past Simo. It's a tie game. It's a tie game with almost 5 minutes to go. Almost 5 minutes to go. Are we going to watch hockey here? Game 2? Is Game 2 going to be a let's watch hockey? Oh, no. I think it is. And yes, it is. So let's jump right into this one. I didn't play this game at all the last day or two. So let's go ahead. CPU versus CPU. And we're going to play in the whites because they wear green too. So we don't want to mix things up too much, right? We could really get the shit confusing. And we'd be watching all green people skate on the ice. Yeah, it just sounded a little weird. All right, here we go, baby.
For those of you just tuning in, well, better late than never. This has been a fun one tonight.
So we got Rempe. Why is Rempe? Look at this shit. So he gets the hat trick 2 seconds into overtime. He didn't even give me the opportunity. To talk about the game. They're throwing hats all over the ice. Kirill Kaprizov hands us a loss in the goddamn Minnesota Wild. Watch this again. Simo, what are you doing? Between the stick and the arm, he put it in there. All righty, well. Bummer.
They just love what they saw on the ice, and they're getting a salute, a thank you, which has gone down as tradition.
Okay, so that was a bit of a bummer. But we get a point, though, right? So hopefully that's the 1 point, right? Where we need that 1 point to get to 9. So let's go ahead and add that point to the board, right? We got to add that point to the board because that's an overtime loss, but it's a point for the team. So they did what they're supposed to, I guess, in some weird way. They got us the point. But that was so fast. Like I'm talking about something else, and then boom, he puts one. He puts one in the net, and then the hats start flying everywhere, and the Whalers had no idea what's going on because we never get hat tricks. We never get hat tricks. But, okay, so question on the table from the junior GM. We got, would I rather have an elite goalie or a goal scorer? Well, seeing as how my real team actually has an elite goalie right now, I'd much rather have a scorer at this point. I mean, the Islanders are holding their own with what they have, but we'd love to have a sniper on that team. We got playmakers, we got power forwards. I don't have any snipers. We don't have snipers really on that team. You got guys who can score. I mean, Barzal can score, Duclair can score, but they don't have anyone that's just like bang, like a Kaprizov that just scored on us in this game. If you were talking about the game, since we're getting close to the trade deadline here inside Whaler World, I would much rather have a goal scorer right now. We can do with the goalies that we have, but we definitely need a goal scorer, even though we have scored 8 goals in this episode, which could be a record if I look back. I don't mean for this. Sorry, we've scored more goals in an episode. I just mean for 2 games. So, okay, so with all that talking being said, we're going to look at the St. Louis Blues game. So we are 1-0-1 in the episode, so not the worst. It's only been 2 games. How can I judge that in just 2 games? Let's go ahead and sim quickly to the Blues game. Now, the important thing to remember is that we have to mix up the lines, right? So this is the last game where we'll have all those regulars. I'm sorry, all the changes in the lines, and then if we have to, we go back to the old lines. But I'm not disappointed with what I've seen. I'm not disappointed with what I've seen in the first 2 games of the episode. So let's go ahead and make our way down. We're going to take a look at the goalie situation, right? Oh, that's wrong. We don't want to look at that. We want to look at our lines. Our lines. Okay, so taking a look at our lines currently. And our goalie situation, we're going to put DJ in between the pipes here for this game against St. Louis. Give her a little bit of a rest. We've got a tough stretch coming up after this, right? We got a lot of tough games coming up, and we're going to need her well rested and ready to go. If you're taking a look over here on the right, let's take a look and see what St. Louis and Hartford look like against each other. They are 17th in goals for per game. We are currently 28th. Goals against, they're 33rd, so their defense is atrocious. We're 15th, so defensively, when we're a 5-on-5, we're not bad. All right, when we're trying to kill a penalty, we're shit. We're the worst in the league. Taking a look at their power play, they're 25th. We're 17th, so respectable numbers, right? 5-on-5 defense, good. On the power play, not awful, but anytime we're trying to kill the penalty, like I said, and I harp on it, but we're not good. We are not good. Okay, Kelly's got 46 points on the season. Thomas has got 47. So pretty even. Okay. I just got a little notice up on my screen. I think I followed Pepperdine that one night, and now I get all these notes on my screen. So Seattle U is beating Pepperdine tonight. Not that that really matters to anyone out there, but I'll throw it out there. It's popping up on my screen. Okay, we will have DJ Gallegos between the pipes here for the Whale. 20 games played, 9 wins of the .914 save percentage, 2.75 goals against average. So look at his goals against average. It's pretty damn good, right? It's pretty damn good. 2.75, and his save percentage is great. He keeps telling me he wants that top spot, and we keep taking him out, and then we struggle. But I'm trying to be loyal as I can. Joel Hofer will be holding it down for the Blues. 29 games played, 6 wins, .889 save percentage, and a 3.92 goals against average. This team is 20, 32, and 2. But they have won 7 of their last 10 games. So they're coming in hot. We're coming in mediocre. We'll have to see what happens in this one. Let's go ahead into the Hartford Civic Center. We are back home after a couple of wild road games and see what happens between the Hartford Whalers and the St. Louis Blues. All right, so here we are. First period is underway. We got about 17 minutes to go in this one. They are on the 5-on-3. So we put them on a 5-on-3 early, and oh my goodness, they call that a penalty kill. The Hartford Whalers actually killed one off. Good for you guys. But our shots are down. We're not taking a lot of shots in this one. All right. We have about 5 minutes to go in the period. 0-0 game. Who's going to score first? Who's going to score first? We did get to see a little bit of hockey in the last game against Minnesota. We got to overtime, and it was Kirill Kaprizov ending it before I could even start the damn overtime. This one is super quiet. Defensively, we've allowed only 4 shots on goal. 4 shots on goal. There we go. Now the shots are starting to go up a little bit. Right? 5-on-4 power play, and we're going to kill that off. Thank you very much. I stood up, so I want to make sure we actually killed it off, and I didn't miss it. So a 0-0 game. A 0-0 game so far. 3 minutes left in this one. Period 2 is over. So still no score. So who's going to be the player that puts one in the net for this team? Who's going to do that? Oh, no, we don't want to bump it up too fast. All right, here we go. Rolling into period number 3. And I don't know if you noticed, but they've had a lot of power plays. We've had a lot of penalties, but we're killing their power play. And Bolduc's going to put one past DJ. Okay, so St. Louis comes out. They get the first goal of the game. The shots are so low. And Swifty, how about Swifty tying it up? There's a name we do not mention too often when it comes to scoring goals. No, Swifty's not the guy. And okay, so it's going to be 5 minutes to go. Are we going to get overtime again? Please, no overtime. Somebody score. And we're going to get no score. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that is OT. We are heading to overtime in this one. Let's head to the Hartford Civic Center. I think the important thing for us is going to be if Rempe is our center to start the overtime, I'm going to lose it. I don't understand why Rempe is our center starting overtime for this club. But
for those of you just joining us, we are just about to
and it is
here on overtime, so perfect
Rempe. We got to change that. P-check to Serge. Sergio shoots the first chance he got. Rempe, see now there's he is power. P-check, what are you doing sleeping over there? Kyrou coming up. Uh-oh, this is bad. Oh, nice stop by DJ. All right, so if you are joining us tonight to watch a little bit of Hartford Whalers hockey, go ahead and throw your comment up on the board. I'd love to see who's with us. There's going to be a stop from DJ. Pichek collects it. Pichek gets pinned up against the boards, loses the puck. Kyrou now with the puck. Shit. All righty. So we lose again in overtime. This time to St. Louis, who had 20 wins on the season. A team we were supposed to beat in this episode. We did get the point. But watch this again. Where is Rempe? Sergio falls asleep. Pichek's nowhere to be found. He's like skating behind, and Rempe's just hanging back behind the entire play. God damn. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I cannot hold DJ accountable for that. I really can't. Okay, so we have to bump over here. We got to change that up. We just got our 4th point of the episode. So we've been in 3 games, right? 4 games. 4 games? Yeah, we got 1 loss, right. 2 overtime losses, 1 loss, and a win. So let's go ahead and, oh, that's the wrong thing. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Let's get our 4th point of the night. So if they can get us 5 more points, we would do what we were supposed to do here. But I'm a little concerned because my brain is failing me here, and I can't remember if okay, yeah, 4 points. No, I got it right. 4 points. So we have 2 overtime losses in a row, and we have the win. So 4 points on the episode. They're doing basically what they've been asked to do. All right. Somebody needs to go above and beyond, though. We need to get somebody to go above and beyond here in this one for us. Definitely. Okay, baby. So here we go. We are through 3 games. Okay, we beat Calgary. We lost in overtime to Minnesota. We lost in overtime to the Blues. And we have got to take our boy DJ out of the net. We're going to put Miss Simo back between the pipes as we head into game number 5 of the episode. This has been pretty quick tonight. It really has. I haven't had a whole lot to talk about. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Simo's going to go back between the pipes for the Whalers, and we know that the New Jersey Devils, they're pretty good. They are pretty good in this one. Goals for per game. The Devils are a 4.04. That is tops in the NHL. Well, this NHL that we watch every week. We are at 2.74, 28th in the league. Goals against per game, they are 9th at 2.96 to our 3.11. We're 12th. Power play. So we're about even defensively, right? I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. Power play percentage, 29.2%. This team scores on the power play like 1 in 3 times. Okay, maybe a little less than 1 in 3, but that's pretty damn good. All right, we're 17%. We're at 17th in the league. So we take a look at our penalty kill percentage, 85.6%. They're very good on the penalty kill. We are very bad on the penalty kill, even though we have gone from 33rd to 31st in the last 2 games. But when you're committing that many penalties to bump it up a couple percentage points in 2 games, that's not good. We're just giving them opportunities. Team leaders, we got Jack Hughes. He's got 87 points. This dude has 87 points right now in the season. Dude, what are we, like 52 games into the season? The kid's got 87 points. I keep changing it. And Mike Kelly's got 46. He's just sleepy over here. He's like, just, wake that guy up for Christ's sake so we can get some goals out of him, okay? What happened to him? Season numero uno, he was the man. He had like 96 points, setting records. Now he's like Sleepy Mike. No. No. There's no politics, right? The good. Oh, the good Desert Open. Is that going on right now? Or are we? Is that live? Thank you very much. Our netminder is that? Oh. Okay. My bad. Yeah, well, feel free to tell me because I'd like to know. You're not there, are you? Maybe that's why we're losing. Anyway, okay. So, New Jersey 37-14 and 2. The Hartford Whalers 23-23 and 7, 4-3 and 3 in the last 10. New Jersey comes into this one 7-3 in their last 10. So playing pretty good. Simo, you're back between the pipes in this one. All right, you did hold it down for the first 2 games of the episode. You got us a win and an overtime loss. DJ had a 2-1 overtime loss against St. Louis. Wanted to give you a little bit of a rest. Make sure you um, get a little bit of a break so we can put you in net because now we got tough games coming up and we need to get your job done. Jacob Markstrom will be holding it down between the pipes for the Devils in this one. So this is game 4 of our game 4 of our episode. You know what that means. When we get to game number 5, we'll slow sim that one, and it's a couple quick sims, and then maybe we'll watch a little hockey. I don't know. It depends. It depends on the week. Tonight we're talking anything, right? So if you're joining me, welcome in. If you are watching live, tell somebody else that you know. They can jump in too. Love to get some more chitter chatter in here inside the cave. Absolutely. We had some questions out there tonight. Somebody asked me if I'd rather have an elite goalie or an elite goal scorer. We talked about Gavin McKenna, which I just actually read about. That's some interesting news. He was going to be the top overall pick, possibly in the NHL. Had some legal troubles, so that might not be happening. There was some crazy sports stuff going on. We know Artemi Panarin has moved on from the New York Rangers. He was traded to the Kings today for a prospect and a couple of picks. The Clippers made a trade last night. Junior GM let me know that as well when I was doing the Expo show. And I actually watched a little bit about it, so I actually knew a little bit more today and kind of learned a little bit more about the basketball rosters because I was actually trying to put together some sort of show, some sort of edited show, with some sort of fantasy basketball thing. But I'm still struggling with the basketball shit. Unless we're talking 1990s, I don't know. I don't crap all about basketball. Anyway, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. This is game 4 slow sim. We're taking on the Devils at the Hartford Civic Center. I got it. I got it. You see that? Click, click, click. I was moving that shit all around. Okay, here we go. Boom. I was like trying to be quiet, but I can't be quiet. That dude can't be quiet. All right, here we go, baby. So D. Paul, who never scores, puts one in the net. It's 1-0 Hartford. And Jesper Bratt's going to put one past Simo. Come on, Simo. Fagan puts one past Markstrom. 2-1. Now, if you're just joining us, this team has been scoring some goals in the episode, right? Scoring some goals. So 2-1 in this one. B-Walk's going to put one in between the pipes, and it is 3-1 now. Hartford, they're on the power play. We know what New Jersey does on the power play, and we killed it. Oh, the team finally killed a damn power play. Congratulations to the Hartford Whalers. Congratulations to the Hartford Whalers. All right, rocking and rolling now. 3-1 Hartford. Period number 2. Quickly out of the gate. The time's going away. Time's going by pretty quickly here in this one. Shots are 19-14. In the last game against St. Louis, oh my God, was it a struggle? Putting pucks on net. I mean, at one point it was like 8-4 in the middle of the second period for shots on goal. But now this team's come out firing. It's like this is a good team. We need to beat them. They want their points, right? If we're looking down at the screen, we have 4 points in the episode. For those of you who want to know, the Seattle University Redhawks lead the Pepperdine Waves 44-43 at the start of the second period and our second quarter. No, second half. Basketball, dude. This is hockey that we're watching. Basketball, right? Okay, and here we roll. I like that. I swear to God, man, this dude needs like a vacation. This dude needs a vacation. I'm talking about here we roll, here we this, basketball, period. I don't know, dude. I am off. All right, 3-1. And Killer Keller from that fourth line, the energy line, My man, the grinder, puts one in the net, and it is 4-1 Hartford. 5 minutes to go in period number 3. Simo holding it down, just giving up one goal. Some crazy names putting it in the net. Killer Keller. We had Paul and our boy B-Walk. And here we go, baby. The Whalers. We beat the New Jersey Devils, one of the best teams in the freaking league. But we getting it done. Let's take a look at the 3 stars in this one. Travis Killer Keller. I got to say his name so he hears it. Because I'll play this for him. He won't turn it on, but I'll play this for him just so he can hear Travis Killer Keller putting one in the net. That's 3 stars. That's the 3rd star. 2nd star of the game is Fagan. We just say Fagan, one of the brothers Fagan. He had a goal and 3 hits. And how about our top star for this one? It's Simo between the pipes, giving up just the 1 goal, 31 saves, .968 save percentage. Are we starting to see a little bit of the old school Simo for the Hartford Whalers? I really hope so. Because we could use a run to the playoffs. Okay. So we are through 4 games. And yes, we got to go and we got to update our points, right? We just got 2 more points. I asked for 9, and this team is coming up big. I will say, some of the folks on this squad, when the coach asked them for something, they usually came up big. Now, they didn't always do it all the time, but when the team really needed it, they could definitely get stuff done, right? And I know definitely is my thing. I like to say that. But, yeah, the folks on this squad, for sure, when times got tough, they were usually pretty reliable. So we're up to 6 points in the episode, taking a look there on the bottom left of your screen. Now, if you're a hockey fan, now that we're at the 5th game of the episode, we'll take a look at these hockey scores. On the bottom of the screen, on your screen, you'll see the Stars are leading the St. Louis Blues 4-2. That's real world hockey, baby. And that's the Dallas Stars. Got a couple of huge Stars fans out there who watch me on the replay after I do live. So shout out to you guys out there in Dallas. Miss you. Can't wait to see you guys again as soon as possible. We've got the hockey scores rolling top right. Okay. The Flames 2-1 on the Oilers. And I made them go slower, and now it's slowing me down. The Golden Knights, 2nd period against the Canucks, that's a 0-0 score. Take a look there in the middle if you are a basketball fan. We got some basketball going on. The Cavs and the Clips going at it. Of course, Harden got traded last night, I believe, to the Cavs. Now the Cavs are kicking the shit out of the Clippers. Knicks beat the Nuggets. The Timberwolves took down the Raptors tonight. And, of course, the Celtics handed it to the Rockets. Down on the bottom, we've got some crazy college basketball scores, right? I love this. Maybe this is a favorite part of my weekend, or of my week, when I sit here and I'm playing the game and I see some of the Green Bay against North Kentucky. Right? I mean, these are weird games that you would bet on, and I know some people out there who would bet on some weird games, right? We definitely know some people in our universe who would bet on some weird games. Yeah, we definitely do. Okay, so here we go. We are back here. It's time to look at hockey. We're game 5 of the episode. All right, let's go ahead and sim right up to that one. I got to click over here so I can see if anyone's talking to me. If I could pick anywhere to go on vacation, where would I go? Mr. Feeney, you know what? That's a good one. No fear is asking a question from the bench. Where would I go on vacation? Well, as most of you know, I mean, Hawaii is kind of a destination, right? For me, we tend to go there every couple of years. Well, I do. The fam goes quite often, but I go usually about once a year. Now, first things first, though. If I'm going to talk about going anywhere on vacation, first you have to give me the definition of vacation, because I don't really know what that is. If you know the fanatic, you know he rarely takes a vacation. In fact, I was sitting here the other day going, when's the last time I took a vacation? Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know. And I can't pick Hawaii because I've been there before. Thank you. So if I'm going on vacation and I could go anywhere that I've never been before, well, I do like to stay inside of the United States of America. So I'd have to say, damn, I've been a lot of places. I've been a lot of places. It'd be pretty cool. I would love to go to, um, I'd love to go to Seattle, like up there in the Pacific Northwest. Golf is pretty cool. Um, and they film a lot of cool TV shows up that way. So I would love to go up into the Pacific Northwest since I've never been up that way before. How about you guys? Where would you go? You could go anywhere you want, right? You're going on vacation, you go anywhere, but you've never been there before. Where are you going to go? Tell me, where are you going to go? All right, so we are taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs here in game number 5. This is the last of of the slow sims. Then we go into our quick sims. This team is killer when it comes to the quick sims, so we'll see how we can get done with the team there. Now, one thing, if you're just jumping in, all right, as we're making our way into game number 5, I want to show you all something because we changed some shit up, all right, and it changed things up dramatically. The team has played so much better. All right, so Mr. Kelly, we took him off of that top line. He was with Pichek, right? And Kako, we moved him to the second line. So he's manning that second line. So we've got Pichek, we've got Jimmy Lamoureux, and we have Connor Burns manning the top line. And it's been good in the episode. We haven't seen any goals from Pichek, but they've been doing good. Connor Burns had a couple goals. Jimmy had a couple goals. So maybe just that chemistry is a little bit better with that top line. The second line, we've got Booch, we got Kelly, and we got the professor. Right? I'd love to hear from the professor. I would love to hear from the professor. If we can get the professor to chime in. If anyone could get the professor to chime in, do it now. I would love it. If I could get the professor to chime in here on the live show, that'd be great. But Booch, Kelly, and the professor, right, will be on the second line in this one. All right. Have been on the second line for the first 4 games of the episode. So that's been good. We know Jacob scored in a game. We haven't seen Booch put anything in the net, and Kelly hasn't really done shit. He's been really quiet. Blake Sant is on the third line with B. Walk and Capo Caco. B. Walk had a couple of goals. Caco had a couple of goals. And how about that fourth line? Right, you want to talk fourth line? Fourth. Sorry, I just saw the last comment. Yeah, I'll mention that too. Hold on. Okay, so Killer, Keller, Rempe, and Swift. Now, the one thing we have to adjust because I'm gonna put my hand through a wall. Is we have got to go and we got to take a look at when we are in overtime because no shit, Rempe is not going to be our. No, sorry, dude. That's not going to happen. I want Kelly in that position. Kelly's got to be out there in overtime, right? For sure. Second line in overtime will be Connor, Jimmy, and Fagan. No, we're going to put Mr. Feeney. Mr. Feeney, you're going to move to that line. So you'll be our second overtime. If we get to second overtime, now it's going to be crazy. If we get second line in overtime, we really shouldn't. I mean, we usually lose within 2 seconds, so they don't even need to be out there anyway. But we'll see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And let's take a look at our third line. Third line is Kako, B-Walk, and Paul. I like that. That'll work. Hopefully we don't have to get to that point. But we'll see. Okay, so before we head into this one, got a few comments with regards to vacation time, right? Vacation time. So if you were to go on vacation, right, and you can go anywhere you want. Now, again, I don't really take vacations. I don't know what that is. I need the definition of the word vacation and what exactly I'm supposed to do on vacation because I tend to take my work with me when I go. And how you do that, I don't know. I don't know how you do it with what I do for a living, but you do it anyway. So I've got somebody mentioned Greece, Paris, or Iceland. Iceland. Okay. So how do you pronounce? Is it Iceland or is it Iceland? Because I put it all together. Slend, right? Iceland. But yeah. So Greece, Paris, or Iceland. Yeah. Okay. That's cool, right? Paris. I mean, I can go to Paris. Just go to Vegas, stay in the Paris hotel. It's pretty damn close. Closest thing, right? Greece. Um, yeah. I would. I mean, I guess I would do that. I guess I would do that too. And Iceland, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Supposedly, from what I heard, in fact, we were just having this conversation the other day at the house, but Iceland is beautiful. They tell me Iceland is beautiful, and everyone thinks it's all ice because it's called Iceland. But anyway. And then of course, our junior GM. So that just tells me that he actually watched last night. So last night during the Expo show, we were talking about favorite video games from our childhood. All right, so the game that you just ride or die video game, right? And I went with the Commodore 64's version of the Winter Games, which was made by a company called Epix. And in the game, you could fly the Epix flag and represent the country of Epix. And yes, if I could, yeah, I know Paris, Europe. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm talking about what I mean because it's hard to get me on a plane to go over to another country. Hawaii is different, but to another country is tough. But yeah, so anyway, get back to the Epics thing. So, I always wanted to be Epics because I couldn't pick a country to represent. It's like I could be the United States, but everybody's the United States. So I was Epics. Now he says he wants to go to Epics. Yeah, I could create a whole universe around the country of epics, and who knows? You might see not a live, but you might see a recorded episode of a hockey team playing from epics. Who knows? Who knows? It could happen. So, um, yeah, that's possible. Maybe they did name it Iceland because they didn't want people to go there. That's possible. That's possible. Toronto Maple Leafs at the Harvest Civic Center against the Whalers. Maple Leafs come into this one 33-17-4. Last 10, 6-2-2. 24-23-7 are the Hartford Whalers, making their way into this one 5-2-3. And yes, I just glossed over the fact that we are now above 500. So good job, team. And we're at 6 points in the episode. Simo is going to be holding it down between the pipes. All right, 37 games played, 15 wins, .90 save percentage. So, yes, raise the roof. Simo has got her save percentage over 8, so good for you. Goals against average 3.15. Joseph Woll will be holding it down. I don't know if you say that Wall or Woll, but I'm going to say Woll. Does it sound the same when I'm saying it to you on the air? I don't know. 43 games played, 26 wins, .909 save percentage, and a 2.81 goals against average. So here's the thing about the Toronto Maple Leafs. They can put the puck in the net. They have Austin Matthews, one of the prolific scorers in the NHL, right? This dude is crazy. He's off the hook. 3.69 goals for per game for Toronto. Goals against their defense is killer, 2.85. 17.2% on the power play and 83.1% on the penalty kill. I'm not going to read our numbers because every time I do, I get sad. And answering these questions has made me happy. So we are not going to talk about our numbers because they are complete shit. So here we are heading into this one. This is a big game, all right? The team needed a big win against the Devils, and we frickin' got it. So let's keep this shit going. Toronto Maple Leafs, right now. All right, so we're going a little bit slower sim here in this one. So we got a lot going on inside the chat tonight, okay? We were talking some sports. We're talking vacations. I'm being schooled on Iceland and what a beautiful place it is. Keep throwing shit up there. Once again, if I have any of the old crew, any of the old team members out there who may know if you can get some of these other team members up on the board, I'd love to see another name pop in there. Any other name would be great. We are about 13 minutes to go here in period number 1, and shots are 8-7. 8-7. So we're going to put them on the power play. Let's kill this off, Whalers. Let's get this done. And the Whalers are going to. It's a lot slower when it's on 2 times speed. Yeah, I guess it would be, right? I mean, I took it from 4 times speed to 2 times speed. You know what? Shit, I'm bumping it up. I'm tired. I could sit here and watch it. It'd take me all night. Okay, 6 minutes to go here in the period. And I like that. Look at the time now, ticking away a little bit faster. A little bit faster. All right. 2 minutes to go in the period. And that's going to do it for period number 1. So, shots not so even. Toronto's definitely putting shots on net, but Simo's getting shit done. We got B-Walk puts one past Joe? I don't remember. Is it John Wall was a basketball player, right? Wool. We'll call him Wool, right? Okay, 14 minutes to go in the period. 1-0 Hartford. We're on the power play. Somebody put one in the net. Who's it going to be? Nobody. We put them on the power play. We killed it. How do we kill that power play that fast? We put them on the power play again. Let's kill it again. Oh, my Lord. This team is just improving right in front of our eyes on the power play. Right in front of our eyes. Okay, time is ticking. Fabry scores. So Simo lets one go in the net. Now we're going to say that was everybody else. We'll blame that on everybody else, okay? So we're not going to put the blame on our goalie. Not right now. We won't do that right now. We'll wait till the end of the game. If we go to overtime and they score and we get to see it, that's different. Okay, 15 minutes to go in period number 3. We got the power play. Somebody put one in the net, and that's not going to happen. So we've got a tie game, folks, at 1-1 with 10 minutes to go here in the period. Okay, and it's ticking away pretty quickly. And they have taken 38 she stopped 37 shots in this game. All right, so if we win this and she's not the top star, I don't know what to say. I wouldn't know what to say. All right, DJ's just sitting on the bench. Oh, and it's the professor coming up huge. And we win. Holy shit, we won. Oh, we beat one of the best teams in the league. I swear to God, the Toronto Maple Leafs are skating off like, holy shit, what just happened? Holy shit, what just happened? An MVP performance from our goalie. Now, before we jump in and take a look at what happened, I saw a lot of power plays in this one. I thought I did, right? I mean, didn't it seem like they were on the power play for like the whole game? Well, they weren't. We only had 2 penalties. We had a charging major from Fagan. Oh, and there's the penalty. The double minor is why it seemed like it was so freaking long. Capo Caco with the double minor in this one. So, okay, it is what it is, right? But we won, so who gives a shit? We won. 3 stars of the game, and there it is. Top star. Top star. We had Wool, 3rd star. 2 goals allowed. He had 30 saves in the game, so not bad. All right. The professor, who we have called out tonight. I'm trying to find the professor. If he just pops in and throws a thumbs up on the board, that would be awesome because I haven't seen him in a while, and I hope he's doing pretty good. But we got a goal and 2 hits from the professor. And, of course, how about our top star, right? We've been dogging our goalie all year. 1 goal given up, 40 freaking saves, just stood there in the net, didn't let anything get through. .975 save percentage. Like I said at the end of the last game, starting to look better. So we're 5 slow sims into the episode. 5 slow sims into the episode. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got to add another point, which means we have 5 games. All right, now I'm no mathematician, but we're 5 games into this episode, and we have 8 points. Okay, and I asked for 9, and they got me 8. So I think we can get one more. So we're at the midway point of the episode. All right, we've been rolling for just about a little over an hour. All right. Now we are gonna quickly sim through some of these games. We got some gameplay. So, I don't even know. I lost myself there. Um, we got a couple games that we'll quickly sim through. All right. Let's take a look at the board, see what we have up here. So, what was what our netminder says? What was the worst thing you did as a kid or a teenager? No, 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 no. I can't say that. I can't talk about that on the show. No, no, no. I never did. Fortunately, this guy never got arrested. I can't say that I've been cuffed and put in a car, but no, I have not been arrested for anything. Thankfully, for me, but um, wrongfully, you know, stopped, and yes, that's happened a few times, but no, never arrested for anything. Um, but the worst thing that I did as a kid, I will say that I was probably 11 or so, and decided to skip school one day and took it upon myself to go into somebody's house and hang out, and got myself in a world of trouble. They could have called the police. They didn't. Instead, it turned into a in-school suspension. And if anyone out there has ever had in-school suspension, I swear to God, it's worse than being suspended and being at home with your parents for a day or two, because in-school suspension is like no shit, like 8 hours of sitting looking at a clock. You're just waiting. They give you a little bit of work, you finish that shit in 10 seconds, and then you're sitting there watching a goddamn clock. So that's in school suspension. No, the other thing that's fortunately never happened to me before. So I got myself into enough trouble as a teenager, but nothing that serious. Nothing that serious. Okay, so here we are now. We are rocking and rolling. We're sorry, I always want to say 5 episodes. We're 5 episodes into the episode, and we're gonna have another episode. And I'm having a crazy episode right now. Yes, I am. All right, but here we go. So we are live. We're 5 games into the episode, and let's talk a little bit about what we've seen so far. So we kicked off the episode with, I got to bump up because it was in January, but we kicked off the episode with the Calgary Flames, who we beat 3-1, all right, on their home ice, which was a good way to start the episode. We followed that up with an overtime loss. Kirill Kaprizov had that crazy, like, 2-second goal, right, to get the win for Minnesota. Then it was St. Louis, who beat us 2-1, again, because we had Rempe on that top line of our overtime line, which was ridiculous. I don't know why I had that. But we've come up with back-to-back killer wins. Simo's been good between the pipes, and the team has put the puck in the net. So we got a 4-1 win against the New Jersey Devils and a 2-1 win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So here's what we have left as we go through the rest of the episode. Now, all these 5 games, we will have Simo between the pipes because these teams have winning records, and she's been playing pretty good. So Carolina, Florida, Toronto again, who we just beat at home. Now we're going to go to Toronto, Colorado, and then it's home for the last game of the episode against the Hurricanes. So we got 4 tough road games coming up. We know what the Hurricanes can do to this club. We know what the Hurricanes can do to this club. So hopefully, just hopefully, we can get a win or 2 here against them. I'd love to we need 1 tie. I'm sorry, tie. They don't tie in hockey anymore. But we need 1 overtime loss to get to the point goal for the episode. Or obviously we want wins, but we can get 1 overtime loss. And that would get us to the point goal for the episode. So let's take a look right here on the right side. I'm kind of scrolling through. We're looking for the Atlantic Division. We still sit in 7th place. But look at who we're chasing. The 2 stars next. The team that has the stars next to the name. That's the Hurricanes and the Panthers. They currently hold wild card positions in the division. I'm sorry, in the conference. They're currently holding a wild card position. And we are 7 points behind the Panthers. We take on the Panthers in this last stretch, and we are 8 points behind the Hurricanes, who we played twice. So we could pick up points on these teams if we can get a couple of wins here in the last 5 of the episode. So with that being said, we're not going to touch our lines. I feel very confident in what we have. Okay, we know that top line that's got Pichek, it's got Jimmy, it's got Connor. They've been performing well. The second line has been very, very good. And the energy line, shit. Killer Keller, Rempe, and Swifty been playing amazing, amazing hockey for us over the last couple of games. So we definitely need to hopefully get something out of them. Defensively, we've been good as well. Sergio and Feeney back on the top line. That's great. Second line, the brothers Fagan, as I like to call them. And then the third line, we just put our power punch of D. Paul and I don't know who the other one is. Oh, I put Odelius down there. Just a little enforcer and power defenseman or defensive defenseman just to kind of get out there and play defensively. And things seem to be working, right? Since we did all that, we've given up 3 goals. So that seems to be working. Okay, so before we head into our quick sim, we're going to topic of the night. When we started the night, I was basically just talking about anything sports related. Anything you want to talk about sports related. We all know where we lie with the Super Bowl and all that stuff. I did a roll call for any one of my other team players who doesn't watch regularly. If you go out there and find somebody, have them log in, check it out, throw a comment up on the board. I'd be willing to name a hockey player. A baseball player on the Expos after one of my viewers. So even a comment in an episode after the episode has aired. Yeah, anything. I'd love to hear from any one of the team members out there. Because, things have changed over time and don't get to see these folks as often. So love to hear how they're doing and what they're doing. Anyway, so here we are. We got five games left to play in the episode. Now, last night on the Expos show, few folks watched that, and I appreciate that. That one's a lot of fun. I actually know a little bit more about 2000s baseball than I typically do about hockey. But last night we talked about video games we played as a kid. And what was your game? What was your game? Now, my console system as a kid was the Sega Genesis. The game I rocked all the time was NBA Live 95. And if you remember that one, throw a little like up on the board because that shit was the bomb. That is the first real basketball game that got me going. I did used to play Lakers versus Celtics on the computer, but not the same. Live 95 I think was the first one that actually kept all your stats and all that shit. Was awesome. And my console was Sega because I didn't have a console until I was like 15. That's when I had enough money to go buy one. So feel free to throw yours up on the board or anything else. Keep that conversation rolling. Always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to quick sim game numero uno. Game number 6. Yeah, we're at 6 for the episode. We're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, and let's go ahead and simulate up to that day and see if we can get a win. No, we're going to pass on Justin Holl. And we've got a trade offer. Nope, we're going to decline. Has anyone noticed Montreal keeps trying to trade? Matthew Rempe is fully healed. So did we take him out? I don't remember taking him out. We're going to continue and see what happens. Oh, we got the shootout win. We got a shootout win against the Hurricanes. Holy monkeys. Yes, we did. How about that? And boy, oh boy, is it time to add another 2 points to the total? Yes, it is. We are at 10. That is 10 points for the episode. Let's slide this over so we can actually fit it on the hockey puck It is now 10 points on the episode. The team has come up huge, and we have 4 games to go. So we have not had a game without a point, and I probably just jinxed the shit out of this team. But we have had 4 games in a row with points. Actually, I think that's 5 games. Yeah, so coming into the episode, we had 1 at the end of the last episode, and we now have all 6 games here. All 6 games in this episode, we've had a point, at least a point, right? Okay, so yeah, I think I got that right. No, we got 2 points there. Yeah, we got 2 points. That was a shootout win, Mike, not an overtime win. So we had 2. I got to count them. Count them with me, all right? I'm like the friggin' count in Sesame Street. 1, 2. No, I won't do that. I won't do that to you. Okay, so we had 2 there. We got 1 there. That's 3. That's 4. That's 6. 8. 10. Okay, so it is 10. Yeah, it's 10. It's 10. It's 10, Mike. It's 10. All right. Yeah, that's it. I'm sitting here I'm making myself laugh. Oh man, I really need to I need to do something. I need to do something different. Okay, so here we go. We got Florida coming up. Simo got it done against the Hurricanes, and here we go. We're gonna go through this one too. Florida, can we get another win? Oh my lord, we get another freaking win. Oh, they're making me work on this thing tonight. That's gonna be 12 points for the team on the episode. Oh, there you go. Now that's a good question. Do you think East Coast pizza is better or West Coast? Oh, well, I will be honest with you. I don't eat a whole lot of pizza here on the West Coast. All right. I mean, their standard is a little bit lower. I like to think than East Coasters. We tend to be pretty picky about our pizza. And you know what? I'll even throw in they're not really East Coast, but I'll throw in Chicago people too, because I know how they feel about their pizza, even though that thing's more like a goddamn pie. Like that's literally like a pie. That thing is like that's like a brick of cheese on the thickest, bowl of crust you've ever seen. But I mean, seriously though, West Coast pizza is. I mean, dude, you people out here be like, Little Caesars. That ain't pizza, man. That ain't pizza. They're like, let's go get a Pizza Hut or a Costco. That ain't pizza, man. New York pizza. New York pizza. Right, you want a good piece of pizza? Actually, you know where you go for a good piece of pizza? Try going to New Haven, Connecticut. Bam! That is some good pizza in New Haven, Connecticut. I think the Barstool guy did something like that. Is there such a thing as West Coast pizza? Thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much, Mr. Feeney. Yeah, I don't think there is, right? Like I just said, they tend to think pizza is, Costco or Little Caesars, and shit. Hate me if you want on the West Coast. I don't care. But yeah, that's kind of their feeling on pizza. Dynamo's pizza. No, not a big Dynamo's. The Noid. Fear the Noid. And if you're an 80s kid, you know who the Noid is, because that dude was on all sorts of shit. Actually, the Noid had a video game. You could look that up. The Noid actually had a goddamn video game. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have picked up 12 points in the episode. 12 points in this one. We are absolutely killing it with 3 games to go. I asked for 9. They gave me 12. 12. All right. And we are slowly making our way. We beat 2 teams we had to beat in the division. We have moved up to 6th place. We now sit 3 points outside of the Panthers for a goddamn playoff spot at 57 games into the season. Shit. Would you have ever guessed that shit would happen? I would have never guessed that would happen based on the last Not the last episode, but the episode before that. Oh, it was horrible. I don't know. These guys step up to the challenge. They step up to the challenge for sure. Um, yeah, I don't think so, but one of my friends. Yeah, yeah. I guess so. Um, anyway, so yeah, reading it. The comment, yes. The comment, yes. So we have got 3 games left in the episode. The Whalers are on the rise. They're making some moves. We're making some moves. We're going to get a couple days off, 12 and 13 here on our calendar before we head to Toronto, a team we just beat last week. All right, Simo's been holding it down, doing a good job between the pipes. Has given up 6 goals over the last 2 games, but still getting it done. Still getting it done. Here we go. Right? Let's see if we can get another win. Quick Sim is usually our friend. Now, we have another trade offer. They want Elunuk. Yeah, say that 3 times fucking fast. Elunuk. Oh, fruit on pizza. Mr. Feeney. No fear says fruit on pizza, yes or no. You know what? Here's the deal. Okay, now, for my East Coasters who listen to this, you're going to shit a brick when you hear this. But I'm going to be honest with you. It's not awful. When paired correctly, it's not awful. I don't mind a little pepper. I'm sorry, a little pineapple, olive, ham, Canadian bacon. Now, is Canadian bacon and ham the same thing? Probably is. I don't know. Don't really care. Doesn't taste awful. A Hawaiian pizza is not terrible. I'm not going to try to talk people into eating it because to each their own. But me, it's okay. I don't really mind. Okay? Doesn't bother me. You get the sweet, you get the salty from the olives and the ham. Bada bing, bada boom. Not too bad. All right? Not too bad. And yeah, I know. So our netminder says terrible fruit should never be hot. Well, that's not necessarily true because if you eat an apple pie, that shit's baked. Oh, well, you don't like pie, so of course you're gonna say that. But yes, if you're eating an apple pie, that shit's baked, it's hot, right? And like streusels and donuts and shit, the fruit's in there and it's hot. The other thing too is if you like shish kebabs oftentimes will have like peppers and pineapple, and it's pretty common in Hawaii. It's pretty common in Hawaii to have pineapple grilled or cooked, right? Because we eat a lot of pineapple over there. So, okay. Anyway, we got a trade on the board. The Hartford Whalers are being asked for their 4th rounder and Ilunuk, who I'm struggling with. And they're going to give us, the Blue Jackets want to give us their 5th and 6th pick in the 2028 draft. And I'm going to say no because I want to pick in 27-28. Connor Burns is injured with a bruised arm. His estimated return is the 22nd. So that's going to keep him out for the last couple games of the episode. So we got to go in and take care of this ourselves. We cannot leave this up to the coach. Who do we have that can fill that void? Oh, hey, look at... Oh, I almost forgot about this dude. Bro, welcome back to the lineup, David Perrone. Now you're going to switch up with the professor. And yeah, we'll go with this. So David Perrone's going to come in for the injured Connor Burns. And our boy... oh, yeah, we got to take care of that too. Power play, looks like that. Okay. Can you hear that? That shit's loud. That shit's loud. Adobada? Abadaba? Abracadabra. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've never had that before. I'm pretty simple when it comes to Mexican meat that's cooked. More like a carne asada, pollo asada, aborabara. I don't know what that is. I mean, I'm sure I do. I've probably seen it, but I don't know. If it's cooked with pineapple, I don't know. Okay, rolling into the next game. So we took the 5-2 loss, and we lost Connor Burns with a broken arm. So that's not good. He won't be back till the 22nd. So that means he's going to miss Colorado, Carolina, and Detroit. All right. But let's see what we can do here against Colorado. And let's get a win. Colorado's good. Colorado's really good. Albert Johansson, we're going to pass on him. And we're going to take, oh my shit. Look at that. 8-1 loss. We took an 8-1 loss, all right? And just like that, look at how fast that turns with the playoffs. So now we're 9 games behind the Panthers, and we're 10 games behind the Senators. So the Hurricanes actually jumped up a spot or two, and we got to play them here as we make our way into the last game of the episode. And let's go ahead and simulate up to the day, right? We got some players that are ready to come back. Hopefully one of them is Quanah Barnes because that was a bit of a struggle. We got about 15 minutes left in the episode, so we actually did pretty good here tonight. We did. Yeah. Abracadabra. Yes. All right. Yeah, Google that. That's a great 80s song, by the way. And because I never mentioned it in the episode where I was talking about concerts, that's the only concert. That's my first concert. Steve Miller Band was my first concert, and I was like 35 years old. Yeah, so yeah, tie that all together. Think about that when I say abracadabra and who my favorite concert was. That dude was rocking though, man. Let me tell you, he was up there dancing on stage and shit, and he had this dude. He was like 85. This black dude, 85 years old, he was just jamming. He was dancing better than me. I was 35 and feeling pain watching this dude do that shit. Though I tell you, those entertainers are nuts, man. They're nuts. Some of the shit that they can do. So looks like we got a little bit late, and yeah, I'm down to one. I'm down to one friendly viewer. So hang in there. We got about 10 minutes to go. All right. So we put Connor's gonna go back in, and Perron's gonna. You know what? We're gonna put the professor right there, and that's where we are. Let's get through this. We got one more game, and then we'll do our closure. We'll find some closure, and then we'll shut it down for the evening because we got busy weekend coming up. Olympics on Friday, Super Bowl on Sunday. Oh yeah, and work. Yeah, 5 days in a row of work. So coming off of a day off, but now I get back to work. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to simulate to this day. Can we beat Carolina, who's been on a heater? Odelius is injured. Yeah, we can take care of him real quick. I almost said get rid of him. Yeah, we'll just get rid of him. We'll put him out of his misery. We got a bench defenseman. Sure we do. We got Cody Delgado's been sitting there for a while. And there we go. Okay, so we take a loss. So not the greatest end to the video. We got 12 points. We did get 12 points. But unfortunately couldn't get the wins there in the last week of the episode. So yeah, I can't get this thing to adjust itself, so I have to do it every time I come over here. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are. All right, 12 points on the evening. If you're looking right there on the screen, let's go ahead and, as we're closing everything out like we like to do, get a quick little summary of who's done what in the episode. We'll take a look at Yeah, yes. People who have rings, piercings on their back and do tricks or hangs. What? Are you feeling okay? What does that mean? Mr. Junior GM, I did not watch curling today. I was told it starts tomorrow. But, 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 here's the thing. So I think I mentioned this in an earlier video. I do have curling on the PlayStation, and I am putting together a little compilation winter games video. So it'll be, I don't know, probably like a half an hour or something. We're gonna see curling. We're gonna see you're gonna see me play downhill skiing. It's a trip. The game is fun. It's fast, and you could be any one of like so many countries. So I'm probably gonna put something together for like some sort of curling tournament. Been working on that, but that requires me to play a lot of curling right here on. Um, did I talk about perform? Oh, I got you. I got you. I did mention performers. Yeah, but I'm talking about the guy who was dancing with Steve Miller. Not people who hang themselves from their own piercings. That's some weird shit. Seriously. And that is creepy, yes. Creepy. But yes, yeah, curling, getting back to the curling piece. Yeah, that's something I definitely like. But playing it on the PlayStation is just, it's crazy. I didn't think it was a real thing, but it is. It's definitely a real thing. So, all right. So here is where we are. Here's where we are. Sorry, I get a little sidetracked. I think it was the comment from our netminder who says the people who have those rings, piercings on their back and do tricks or hangs scare the shit out of me. So okay, yeah, that would scare me too. That would scare me too. But that one threw me for a loop. Okay, here we go. Um, so we want to take a look at our stats because we do have some of our friends out there who they like to talk stats. They like to talk stats. Mike Kelly currently leads the team in points at 52, but that's not what we're concerned with right now. That is not what we're concerned with right now. Okay, I think we're going to go through, we're going to take a look by position, right? So in the episode, on the episode, for the last 10 games, I had 8 points. I had a goal and 7 assists. B-Walk in this episode, he had 5 points, 3 goals and 2 assists. He took 29 shots. Now here's one that Jimmy had. I thought Jimmy had a pretty good episode, right? I feel like Jimmy had a pretty good episode. Let's see what he did, especially early on. He had a goal and 5 assists. He has a total of 5 goals and 21 assists on the season. So his plus minus is scary though. He's a minus 19. Okay, and he was, I think he was like minus 9 or something coming into the episode. So not getting all that much better, but we'll see. Okay. Getting back here, Matthew Rempe. I don't even want to talk about that because he kind of actually ended up hurting us. We know Killer had a pretty good episode. How about Pichek? You want to talk about somebody quiet? Quiet in the episode? No, this dude's usually the man. Now, if he had a bunch of assists, he might have had a bunch of assists and we just didn't see him. He had 2 goals and 6 assists, a total of 8 points. So not bad. I mean, close to a point a game, but not what we expect. Not what we expect. Must be tired. Must be tired. You know, we know he gets weekends off. He has to have weekends off, but he's getting pretty tired. Here we go. Booch. He had 4 points. Pavel Buchnevich has not. He's been very disappointing. Perron only played in 1 game. Swifty, putting in a little bit of effort. He had 4 points, 1 goal, 3 assists. Let's take a look at our defensemen, right wingers. Yeah, Connor, he missed a couple games. Kako. The professor, let's see what he did since we were calling him out. Oh, what? Oh, okay. So he's having a rough stretch. My apologies to our top line left winger. My apologies. Okay, so we got 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points for the professor. He got moved though, so we moved the professor. I think he's still a little butthurt about that, but we'll see what happens. See what happens with him. Defensively, we know we didn't get a whole lot of the defense, but we were winning some games. So, all right. So that is. I feel like that's pretty much where we're going to be leaving this one off tonight. We're going to take a look before we go at who we have next week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are through 60 games. You know what that means? We got 2 episodes left in this season. So we're going to play. We've got 12 games left. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to play 10 games next week. Not 12 games. Did I really just do that shit? I did. No, 22 games. There's 82 games in a season. So we're going to play 10 games. 11 games next week. We'll play 11 games the week after that. So we have 22 opportunities to get some goddamn points. All right. And get to the playoffs. So I think what we're going to need to do is probably get to about 90 points. We need 29 or 30 points. We need to go 15-7 over our last 22 games. All right, let's see what we have. I'm not going to go through all 22, but let's see what we have. Detroit has a losing record. Ottawa's good. Columbus is okay. Chicago, not too bad. Winnipeg, not bad. Edmonton. So we've got some tough games coming up. If we look at next week's episode, we start on the 21st of February. We will have Detroit, Ottawa, Columbus, Chicago, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Pittsburgh, Vegas. Oh, nah, it almost tricked me. Dallas, Boston, and the Florida Panthers. So we have got a tough stretch. The nice thing is we don't have like back-to-back games and we're playing the same team twice because that shit sucks. That really sucks. I don't like to sit here and watch us have to lose to Carolina back-to-back or some bullshit like that. So we got a better one next week. Now we are 27, 26, and 7. We currently sit in 7th place. Okay, 7th place. We need to take a look at the standings. That's the screen I'm going to leave it on since we already looked at everything else. But standings are important. Obviously, if you're starting to talk playoffs and all that good shit. The other thing that's going to happen in the next episode is the trade deadline. So I've got my buddy, my junior GM. This dude is, when it comes to this stuff, he's been very good. He got us Capo Caco. If you don't watch the baseball, click over. You need something to put you to sleep at night? Put on the Expo show. Okay, honestly, you're walking around the house, you're mopping the floor, you're doing the counters, whatever it is you're doing, go ahead and put on the Expo show. That's fun. That's 90s baseball. This kid has been great. Now, I don't care if he's on his laptop and he's looking up players, but he has gone out, he's found his pieces, and the team has gotten better. The baseball team has gotten better. It's fun to watch. If you can suffer through the first season, the rest of it's pretty good so far. But with that being said, he's been great with the hockey too. So really hoping that by next week, there's a couple of thoughts. We could possibly look for a couple of trades. I don't want to touch the goalies. So don't even think about the goalies. We're not touching the goalies. All right. 2 loyal team members, they stay. The top line, our left winger, stays. Right winger stays. There's a couple pieces I won't move from. They're untouchable. All right. But the players that like a Perone, Hell, even like Buchnevich, who we just traded for. I don't want to trade Capo Caco, but I'd be willing to part with like, a Lamprey or one of those guys that are sitting on the bench and not doing a whole lot for the team. So think about that as we try to add either some defense or some offense, but without touching the goalies. So here's where we are. We are currently 7th. That's in the Atlantic Division. No. We need to look at the conference. So we currently sit 11th in the conference, right? We are 11 points behind the Panthers. That's where we need to get to. We need to get to that 8th slot. So we've got some work to do. We definitely have some serious work to get done with this team to get into a playoff or into the playoffs. So now that I've rattled on, we are at the 2-hour mark. So we made it. Excellent job. Again, if you haven't had a chance to check out the Montreal Expos show, feel free to jump in, check that out, comment, like, subscribe, whatever it is you're going to do. That's a great little piece. I have a ton of fun doing that, and I'd love to see some more people pop over there throwing their baseball knowledge on the board or whatever it is you want to talk about in there as well. Next week, we'll be right back here again. Whaler Wednesday. We're trying to go for about anywhere from 6:45 to 7. This evening, I was a little bit on the later side. I went out, had some dinner. And if you're actually out and about, you're going out to dinner. I had this thing I saw on TV today. Okay, I saw this OM burger thing from Applebee's. Yeah, it was all right. It's like a smash burger that's like dunked in cheese. So it was on a commercial. It looks like, whoa, I got to try that shit. Yeah, not exactly. Not exactly. Nice thing to like share. But no, not exactly for me. But I mean, to each their own. And see, there I go, talking about food. But yeah, so we'll be anywhere between 6:45 and 7. Log into the channel. You'll see my You'll see my waiting screen, and then we'll be rolling. Usually right around anywhere from 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. Tuesday is Montreal Expo night. Again, I keep harping on this one. That's a fun one. We traveled back in time. We've hopped in the DeLorean for my friend out there who's a big Back to the Future fan. So we joined the Expos in 1997, and we're trying to keep them in the league. That's the whole point of the exercise. And based on what we've been able to do, we will hopefully be keeping them in the league. So, all right, lots of fun tonight. Thanks to all of you who joined me live. All the comments, got a lot of laughs from you all. We've got a busy weekend coming up, so best of luck to everyone. If you're going to go out and do anything for the Super Bowl, please make sure that you're safe. Don't drink and drive or anything like that. Make sure to use an Uber or make sure you have a DD if you're going to go out and party for the Super Bowl this weekend. If you happen to work with me and you're going to party for the Super Bowl on Sunday, you better make sure you got your ass awake and at work on Monday morning because I ain't covering for you. So, alrighty, that's going to do it for me. Once again, have a good evening. We'll see you next week. Like, subscribe, comment. See you next week inside the cave.